certain experiences can either boost or hinder your parenting. In this video, I want to talk about survival mode parenting. Welcome to the World Changer Parenting channel. Let's be honest, some days it can feel like we are constantly running on a never-ending treadmill of chaos, mostly tired from our busy lives. The struggle is real. I know how many mornings I am up before the sun, packing lunches, preparing kids for school, wrangling clothes into wardrobes, and that's before you've even had your breakfast. Sound familiar? It's like we're constantly playing catch-up, ferrying kids to activities, trying to squeeze in work, all while attempting to maintain some semblance of order in the house. And let's not forget the endless piles of laundry. By the time you finally collapse on the couch, you're completely exhausted, only to do it all again the next day. It's easy to get trapped in this cycle of survival mode parenting where you're just trying to keep your head above water. But here's the thing, have you ever gotten curious about why that is? I believe you deserve to enjoy parenthood, not just endure it. Survival mode parenting is when you constantly feel under pressure. Why do we pile on so much pressure? Environmentally, it could be the culture of parenting we are involved in. We're bombarded with messages about what it means to be a good parent, such as signing your kids up for every extracurricular activity. Emotionally, it may be you grieve the loss of a loved one. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison game, but our kids need us to be present, not perfect. Fortunately, you have a choice. This is not about perfect parenting. It's a recipe for disaster, setting us all up for failure. There are those with their spotless homes and their kids who seem to excel at everything. But it's all smoke and mirrors. No one's life is that perfect, and trying to live up to that impossible standard is exhausting. Some of us parents put so much pressure on ourselves to live up to these unrealistic expectations. Maybe you think you need to be constantly entertaining your kids, baking homemade treats, and attending every single school event. But here's the thing, it's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to let your kids be bored. It's okay if your house isn't always spotless. The truth is, kids are resilient little buggers. They don't need constant entertainment or perfectly curated experiences. What they really need is our time, our love, and our attention on teaching them. They need to see us being ourselves, flaws and all. This is why you need to hear this if you're a parent. Modern life itself seems designed to make parents feel like they're constantly running on empty. We're expected to be both present parents and productive employees, all while maintaining some semblance of a social life. It's a bloody juggling act. We're constantly bombarded with messages about maximizing our time, optimizing our schedules, and squeezing every last drop of productivity out of our day. But this relentless pursuit of doing all can leave us feeling frazzled, burnt out, and utterly depleted. It's time to ditch the guilt and give ourselves permission to slow down. It's okay to say no to that extra commitment, to leave the laundry pile for another day, or to order takeout instead of cooking a gourmet meal. It's about finding what works for you and your family and creating a sustainable pace of life. You may be struggling with financial stress. We all have different financial baselines. It's a silent chaos maker in many families. When you're worried sick about making ends meet, it's tough to be the patient, present parent you want to be. The pressure to provide, to give your kids the best, can feel overwhelming. It can lead to arguments, resentment, and a whole lot of tension in the house. Trust me, I've been there. But remember, your worth as a parent isn't determined by your bank balance. Your kids don't need fancy gadgets or designer clothes. They need your love, your quality time, and your guidance. It's about being honest with your kids about your financial situation, within reason, of course. Teach them about budgeting, saving, and the value of being valuable. You can either continue to be at the whim of your conditioned experiences and just barely make it through your days, or prioritize your mental health when survival mode takes over. Actually, the emotional toll this survival mode parenting takes on a parent is crippling. When you're stuck in that constant state of fight or flight, your nervous system is working overtime. You're running on adrenaline and cortisol, which are great for short bursts of energy, but not so great for your long-term well-being. You might find yourself feeling more irritable, short-tempered, and just plain exhausted. It's harder to focus, to make decisions, and to find joy in the everyday moments. That feeling of overwhelm can seep into every aspect of your life, making it tough to be the partner, friend, or parent you want to be. And here's the kicker. When we're running on empty emotionally, we're more likely to resort to unhealthy coping mechanisms. We might reach for that extra glass of wine at night, mindlessly scroll through social media for hours, or withdraw from our loved ones. It's a vicious cycle that can be tough to break free from. I bet you didn't know how chaos can ripple through your family. Now, this constant state of chaos doesn't just affect us as individuals. It ripples out and impacts our relationships too. When you're both running on fumes, it's harder to be present and engaged with your partner. Those little moments of connection, a shared laugh, a meaningful conversation, a cuddle on the couch, they start to fade into the background. Resentment can build, misunderstandings happen more easily, and it can feel like you're drifting apart. And it's not just our romantic relationships that suffer. When we're stressed and overwhelmed, we're more likely to snap at our kids, to be impatient, and to miss those precious moments of connection with them. This is gonna blow your mind. Kids are like little emotional sponges, soaking up everything around them. Even if you think you're masking your stress, they can pick up on it. They sense the tension, notice when you're distracted, and it impacts their well-being. They might act out, have trouble sleeping, or become more clingy. Recognize the impact our stress has on kids and find healthy ways to manage it. By showing them positive coping, we give them valuable life skills. Are you overwhelmed by the chaos of parenting? Enough with the doom and gloom. Let's turn this ship around. Recognize you have the power to change things. You're the conductor of this train. Take back control of your time, energy, and life. It takes effort and commitment, but it's worth it. Identify energy drainers and set boundaries. Say no, delegate tasks, and ask for help. Why are there not more people talking about setting boundaries to protect your time and sanity? Now let's talk about boundaries. These are non-negotiable. Boundaries are like the fences on your property. They define your limits and protect your space. They're about saying yes to what matters most to you and your family, and saying a polite but firm no to the rest. Start by setting boundaries around your time. Decide what your non-negotiables are. Family dinners, bedtime routines, a weekly date night with your partner. And protect those fiercely. It's okay to turn down invitations, to leave events early, or to say no to that extra work project. Next, set boundaries around your energy. Identify the things that drain you and the things that fill you up. Maybe you need some quiet time in the morning before the chaos of the day begins, or maybe you need a solo walk in the evening to decompress. Whatever it is, make time for it. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential for being the best parent you can be. I know that you may be working on your situation so that you make changes from a place of empowerment rather than fear. Now, let's tackle that financial stress beast, because money worries can cast a long shadow over family life. The good news is that even small steps can make a big difference. It's not always about earning more. It's often about spending smarter and managing what you have more effectively. Start by getting on the same page with your partner about your finances. Have an honest conversation about your income, your expenses, and your financial goals. It might not be the sexiest date night conversation, but it's crucial for building a strong foundation. Next, create a budget. I know, it sounds about as fun as a root canal, but trust me on this one. A budget doesn't have to be restrictive, it's simply a plan for your money. It helps you track where your money is going and make conscious choices about how you want to spend it. I know you really want to see some change. We don't just want to convince ourselves that parenting is awesome. We want to enjoy it. We've journeyed from the depths of survival mode parenting, where chaos and overwhelm reign supreme, to the shores of intentional, joyful parenting. Remember, it's not about achieving some mythical state of perfection with perfectly behaved kids and a spotless house. It's about letting go of the shoulds, embracing the perfectly imperfect reality of family life, and creating a life that feels good for both you and your little ones. It's about ditching the guilt, setting healthy boundaries, and making time for the things that truly matter. Connection, laughter, and those precious everyday moments that make up a life well lived. It's about giving yourself permission to slow down, to breathe, and to enjoy the ride. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are countless other parents out there who are feeling the exact same way. Overwhelmed, exhausted, and yearning for a different way. Reach out to them, share your stories, and support each other. If you have watched to this point and you have not yet subscribed, please do it now. Subscribe to the World Changer Parenting channel. One of the most powerful things we can do as parents is to break down those walls of isolation and build a supportive community around us. Talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors. You'll be amazed at how many others are facing the same challenges. Join a local parenting group, connect with others online, or simply reach out to that parent you always see at school pickup but have been too nervous to talk to. Sharing your experiences, your struggles, and your triumphs can be incredibly liberating and empowering. Remember, we're all in this together. By supporting each other, sharing our wisdom, and offering a listening ear, we can create a village where parents feel seen, heard, and understood. Many of us are looking for ways to ditch the chaos, embrace change on our journey, and living on purpose. Remember, change starts with a single step. Choose one thing from this video that resonated with you and commit to implementing it in your life starting today. Whether it's setting aside 15 minutes each day for some quiet time, saying no to that extra commitment, or having that long overdue conversation with your partner about finances, take that first step and watch how it ripples outwards, transforming your life and your family for the better. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tips and inspiration on creating a more joyful and fulfilling family life. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. Let's start a movement to transform parenting together. Thanks for watching, and remember, you've got this.